Hello there folks, Kirk here with Kirkgiordano Plastering. My sons and I are going to complete the Santa Barbara finish that we started here about 3 weeks ago. Had a lot of rain. Can't do this in the rain, especially with parapet caps. Water hits those caps, and if it's not dry, it will bleed all over the house. Anyhow, what we're doing, Jay come up with a good idea to explain how we're converting this older style cottage into a Mediterranean style home. Well, I don't have pictures of this house before they tore the stucco off, but that house right there, that's what this house used to look like, almost identical. Now what the fella did is he brought me some pictures, and I don't know if the camera will show these right here. The same house, and this looks like, I asked the fella, I said, where'd you get that pictures? Santa Barbara, San Diego on the coast? This is a Mediterranean style house. And the way we could make this look more Mediterranean is we bullnosed everything. We put rounded corners, the bullnose corners, and also he put the tile roof here, the terracotta, which adds a good twist. And some of the things that we're going to do today is we're just going to finish up, but I figured I'll show you guys once more how we apply the Santa Barbara Smooth Mission finish, and I'll give you guys some big tips if you're ever going to do a Santa Barbara Smooth Mission finish. We always take the last time we were here, again 2-3 weeks ago, we always take our finish around at minimum 3 inches, preferably 6, because when I start my finish today, as this has been on, even yesterday, when I come to this point here, if I don't wet this right now or mist it, it will have a different color right here. And when you walk up to the front of the house, you'll say, whoa, why do we have 2 different colors? This is the most important thing when doing bullnose corners, when you do a color coat. So I'm going to have to mist this right here. I didn't really want to wet this wall because as is right now, it's about 45 degrees. Cold is cold, cold. Anyhow, so we have to wet that. Over here, I'll show you guys something. Again, when the last we were here, we had the opportunity to knock this wall out here, which was good because now I'm starting fresh with a chimney here. The chimney here, and then I wrap around here. When we're doing the bullnose with the Santa Barbara, well, if we're doing bullnose with any finish, even Santa Barbara, one coat, say a skip trowel, anything with bullnose corners, you got to come around. So we're going to take this all the way around, and we have the luxury right now of not worrying about this joint right here. So on that other side, we've got to take more care. Anyway, we're mixing up. Dan's mixing right now. We're going to get started. When I get to do the Santa Barbara right here, I'll show you. It's a 2-coat system. Anybody going to try to do Santa Barbara in one, it will spider crack. It will checker. So you put your first coat on your base, then you follow up with your second coat. You allow that to set. And with Santa Barbara Smooth Mission, the most important things are knowing your cement. A fella can knock this wall out here in an hour, or a fella can take 4 hours on just this if they don't know what they're doing. You put your first coat, your second coat, and you have to know when that second coat has set in order to come and steel trowel it now. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. When we get to that point, we'll show you.
Hi guys, Jason here. I wanted to give you a couple of tips on mixing Santa Barbara Smooth Mission finish. So why don't you follow me over this way? Now this mixer is really loud, so we got it turned off. When you're mixing Santa Barbara, or when you're spreading Santa Barbara, mixing is half the battle. You can be the best plasterer in the world, but if you don't mix it well, you don't follow the instructions, then you're going to have a really hard time. One of the things you have to do with this product is you have to slack it. You mix it for 5 to 10 minutes, then you slack it. You let it set up, and then you give that about 10 minutes, and then you remix it. And that gets it to the right consistency for the guys spreading it. So I've got my mix coming out. So once I've got it all, you just come and you get your extra here, because we don't want to make a big mess once I raise this mixer's bell. And of course it's got my wheelbarrow kind of locked in, so I'm going to start it up to get it out of there. Now I've got it stopped again. So that's how we do that. I'm going to get this mud to the guys over there spreading, and then we'll show you that in a minute.
All right, guys, we are moving. I'll show you what we're doing here. we're doing a 2-coat. Jake's doing the top, Jason's doing the middle, I'm just doing the bottom. By the way, both of these guys are licensed stucco guys too, but they're helping me out on this one. Of course, here we go. Oh, dirt is a common enemy. One little grain of sand and we're screwed up. Okay, by the way guys, see this square trowel here? This is nice. I like this pull trowel. And what you don't see on this pull trowel is the top is squared off. It's not a complete circle. Sometimes I use a complete circle, but this one is square. I still have to use a margin trowel or the square one sometimes to get corners. Now say for example, here's the first coat. And as I was saying, we plaster around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up like so, right here, and come down over my own work. I'm going to come up and come down over my own work. Again, I come up and I come down over my same work. The idea is you go right next to it, about halfway, you come on up and then you come down over the same work. The reason we do it like that is because it gets rid of all the holidays. You come up, say here, and then you come right back down over your same work. Excuse me, Tim. Excuse me, Tim. We take it around here. Bull nose corners. Bull nose. Bull. Bull. And this is just the first coat. We are doing Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara does require 2 coats. You see that? This is the first coat leaves all these chatter marks. See all that chatter? That's okay, because the second one will get it out. And when we come to something like this, see that, guys? One here, one here. This is like spreading tape and mud, guys. Tape and mud spreads really far. Anyhow, we're getting ready to set that top or put our second coat on the top. And notice I didn't wet these walls. I didn't wet them because it's a cold day today. But I do have to wet the joint. See right here. Notice this too. This is really important. See how white this is? It's hacienda. The color is hacienda. This is hacienda, but this is dry. This is wet. And if you don't wet your joint like I have been doing, we're going to get a color difference. Especially when I go right here on my joint, the color will be a bit different. So always remember to wet that joint. Anyhow, we're going to stay busy. And here's an important thing too. I'm right here at the corner, right here at the corner, right there. And then I'm going to float that joint in. That's what happens when you have bullnose corners, no matter what finish you're doing. Anyway, when I get ready to do the second coat, we'll show you that part too. Okay guys, now what we're doing is the second coat. We've already topped out the top with the second coat. Now we just got to bottom up. And you see all the chatter marks again. That's because it's only the first coat. Notice how smooth this is. That's 2 coats. And then I have to let it set. And when it sets, I come back and slowly trowel it, just like that. And you see that little bitty thing? If you have one grain of sand, it will mess you up. So clean buckets, buy brand new buckets, clean your trowels, clean the wheelbarrow, clean the mixer. All right, now I'm going to start here and put my second coat. I'll show you how easy it is. And this is like spreading tape and mud here, guys. First I'm going to take my joint around. Now, notice it's not so noisy right now because the first coat it's real loud because I'm scraping the wall hard. Now this one I'm not browning, but I am leaving a little bit of fat. Just enough fat so that I can play with it. Now okay, once I got that bull nose corner joint, then I'm going to come up right there. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did a second ago. Coming up, coming down on it. Coming up, and coming down on it. Just like that. Up and down. And I got so much fat here that when I take it around here, I'll take it right here. That's what the fat comes from. This will give it about This is real popular in Santa Barbara. That's why they probably call it Santa Barbara Smooth Mission Finish. It's popular all over the world. Mediterranean look. Greece, Italy, a lot of those places have this particular finish. Okay, now I have an inner cove right here, inner wall. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did a second ago. Start right there. Put a little bit of fat on here. Like right there. And it really doesn't matter, guys, if you pull it off the hock, the top or the bottom. I get a lot of comments saying, you're not a plasterer, you pull it off the bottom. Sometimes I pull it off here. Thanks, Tim. And when that happens, you throw your mud away. Let me get some more mud. Hey, Tim, get off the top, please. Get off the top, please. You just dropped a whole bunch right in my hock.
I'm sorry.
Any little divots? Oh, no problem, man. Dan, hold off on before pulling the windows too. Anyhow, back to where I was. You just like so. One grain or grit in this will mess you up. It's just like if Dan or Tim is above me or anybody's above me and they drop anything or kick it on the wall, man, it's a lot of work to fix that stuff, so you try to avoid it. We come right here. I'm putting it on a little heavy. This is a tricky finish to do. It's one of the most difficult and probably one of the most costly because you're doing two finishes. If you're good, you can do it in about a time and a half it takes to do a float finish. Anyway, guys, when we're done with this complete job, I'll show you the completion of it and you could judge for yourself if it's something that interests you. Alright guys, we are complete finally with this home. I don't know, the sun, we're right in there. Hopefully we can capture some of this. The fella Brian here, and by the way, we are in Kensington, right by the Arlington Circle. The fella here wanted that Mediterranean look. I think we've captured it pretty well, or he designed it pretty well. Over here, watch that sun. You see what we did here? Looks pretty good. Thanks, fellas. These guys are all pretty good plasterers, probably as good as me, each one. Anyhow, my name is Kirk. I'm with Kirkgiordano Plastering. Jay on the camera as usual. We thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.